We love all kinds of soups, especially during the winter months. There is something about a good bowl of hot soup that seems to warm your tummy and your soul. Tonight I'm making a creamy tortellini soup that does just that. In my soup pan on medium heat, I'm adding in 4 tablespoons of butter, 1 medium diced onion, 2 diced stalks of celery, and 1 large diced carrot, cooking and stirring for 2 to 3 minutes. This is 1 8-ounce package of sliced mushrooms, cooking and stirring for about 5 to 7 minutes or until the mushrooms cook down. Adding in about a half a teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and 4 large cloves of minced garlic. Cooking and stirring for 1 minute, and then I'm adding in 4 tablespoons of flour, giving that a good stir to incorporate and cooking for a minute. I'm putting in a total of 5 cups of chicken broth and 2 cups of half and half. I'm turning my heat up to bring this up to a simmer, cooking and stirring and making sure I scrape all those good tidbits off the bottom of the pan. Like most people, I shop a lot at Aldi's for savings, and this is 2 8-ounce packages of their cheese tortellinis, which equals about 1 pound. These will take about 8 minutes to cook. And we are almost done. I'm tasting for any seasonings. I'm adding in 1 tablespoon of parsley, a sprinkle more of black pepper, and a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, giving that a stir. This is a good 3 cups of diced cooked rotisserie chicken, and it will make this a hearty soup. Finally, a half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. Cooking and stirring for a minute or 2, just so the chicken heats through. This creamy tortellini soup is so good and satisfying. Cut up sausage is also really good in this soup, and you can use the vegetables that you have or like. There is a lot of good flavor and texture going on in this soup. I hope you give this creamy tortellini soup a try and enjoy. In my soup pan on medium heat, I'm adding in 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 small diced yellow onion, 1 large diced carrot, and a pinch of salt. Cooking and stirring for 2 to 3 minutes or when the onions start to change color. This is 3 large cloves of minced garlic, and this will add a lot of background flavor. Cooking and stirring for 1 minute. I'm slowly adding in 6 cups of chicken broth. This is homemade, but if using a canned or box broth, make sure that you choose a low sodium. Turning my heat up to bring this up to a simmer. Adding in 1 14-ounce can of diced tomatoes with the juice. And to boost the flavor, I'm adding in 1 teaspoon of better than bouillon chicken. For the seasonings, just a pinch of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and 1 tablespoon of Italian seasonings. The Italian seasonings is a blend of basil, marjoram, oregano, rosemary, and thyme. A great herbal blend that is going to add a lot of great flavor to this white bean soup. Giving that a stir, and I'm also adding in a bay leaf. Bringing the soup up to a simmer, covering and cooking for 10 minutes to let all the flavors marry. I have 1 40-ounce can of white beans that I rinsed and drained. Turning my heat up again to bring this up to a simmer. The bay leaf has released its flavor and I'm taking it out. Adding in 4 cups of baby spinach. I love spinach in soup. It looks like a lot, but it will cook down. Giving the soup a taste for any seasonings. Once the soup comes back up to a simmer, I'm covering and cooking for another 15 to 20 minutes. I have one final ingredient to add before the soup is done. I turned off my heat and I'm adding in a half a cup of Parmesan cheese. Giving this a stir and we are ready to eat. An easy and comforting soup that you can have ready in 30 to 40 minutes. Garnishing with a little parsley and more Parmesan cheese. I hope you give this homemade white bean spinach soup a try and enjoy. This is 1.5 pounds of 85/15 ground beef. In my soup pot on medium-high heat, I'm browning and chopping the beef until no longer pink. I'm not draining the fat, but if you are using a fattier mix, you may want to drain off the excess fat. Adding in 1 cup of diced onions, 2 stalks of diced celery, and a pinch of salt and black pepper. Cooking and stirring for a couple minutes. Adding in 4 cloves of minced garlic, cooking and stirring for another minute. I love the taste of cabbage in soup, and this time of year it is so affordable. This is 2 cups and it will cook down. 1 package of mixed frozen vegetables makes this recipe so easy. I'm adding in a total of 6 cups of chicken broth and giving that a good mix. Turning up my heat to bring this to a simmer. For the seasonings, I have a 1/4 teaspoon each of salt and black pepper, and you can add to your taste. 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of oregano, and 1/2 teaspoon of thyme. Giving that a good stir, bringing up to a simmer, partially covering and cooking for 20 minutes. I have about 2 cups of peeled and diced potatoes. You can leave the skin on if you wish. Giving that a stir. I'm also adding in 1 cup of whole milk. Bringing this back up to a simmer and cooking for 15 minutes or until the potatoes are tender. You can see what I mean by a big pot of goodness. We have 5 more minutes before the potatoes are done. I'm tasting for any seasonings. I'm adding in a sprinkle more of salt and black pepper, garlic powder, and oregano. When you add spices to any soup or sauce in the last 5 to 10 minutes of cooking, it really boosts and brightens the flavors. If the potatoes are fork tender and fall apart easily, they are done. But we are not done yet. We have to add more of the creaminess to the hamburger soup. I have 8 ounces of cubed Velveeta cheese. Giving that a stir and cooking on low-medium until the cheese melts. You can also use shredded sharp cheddar cheese. The cheese really adds a nice creamy comfort to the soup. You can use the vegetables that you like. I think the cabbage really gives the soup a nice flavor and texture. The frozen vegetables are so convenient. This soup will feed a hungry family and a great way to get the kids to eat their vegetables. I hope you give this creamy hamburger soup a try and enjoy. If you like this video recipe, please hit the like and subscribe button. Remember to hit the bell next to the subscribe to make sure that you get my future video recipes. You can also find me on Facebook and at my website. Feel free to share this recipe and my channel with your friends and family. And until next time, much love!